Talk of regime change by way of foreign intervention has dominated the news agenda over the past week, but history offers cautionary tales. The US-led invasion of Iraq, NATO's intervention in Libya, but also in Iran, where the US and UK sponsored regime change ousting its prime minister decades ago. It began in the early 1900s. The British began developing Iran's oil industry in exchange for total control over exploration and sales, creating the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company, later known as British Petroleum. Iran's vast oil reserves would be under British control for the next half-century, handing London double the revenue compared to that of Iran. But there was growing resentment. In the 1950s, a wave of nationalist voices began dominating Iran's parliament, led by Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh, once Time magazine's Person of the Year, who took office on a platform to reduce the powers of the Shah and to nationalize Iran's oil industry, saying in a speech, "With the oil revenue, we could meet our entire budget and combat poverty, disease, and backwardness among our people." In Iran, the move was seen as a bold step towards economic sovereignty, but in Britain, a violation of its interests. In 1953, Britain convinced the US to assist in orchestrating a coup against Mossadegh, in a covert operation of planting propaganda, fueling riots, and propping up military generals, ultimately removing Mossadegh from power and restoring the reign of the Shah, who had briefly fled Iran. Though it brewed unforeseen consequences, planted the seeds of anti-Westernism, fueling the view that Iran had become simply a client of the West. Sentiments that grew, eventually contributing to the Islamic Revolution in 1979, a revolution that toppled 2,500 years of monarchy, replaced by a government with suspicion of the West ingrained in its worldview. Foreign meddling, not so much a success, but rather a setback, later admitted by those responsible.
The Eisenhower administration believed its actions were justified for strategic reasons, but the coup was clearly a setback for Iran's political development.
And as history threatens to repeat itself once more, a visceral aversion to foreign intervention remains woven in the fabric of Iran's identity. Behdad, Mahichi, Al Jazeera.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.